Welcome back to Believe in Your Fairy Tale to make your zing come true. Showing you how to make your own fairy tale come true or how to make the fairy tales of others come true. Now, back to your hosts, Debbie Glickman and Deanna Cohen.
Much better. Sorry about that, folks. We were having technical difficulties, and now we are online with our featured guest of the second half hour, Sharon from Isha. So go to her website as you're listening to our show. It's la-ish.com, and it's really probably one of the most unique but effective skincare.
Can you only get it online, Sharon?
We have about 40 different retailers in Colorado and California, and we just started exporting overseas, in fact. But if you don't have a retailer in your area, what I recommend doing is going on our website and ordering our sampler so that you can try all of the products for $15 with free shipping. And it's a great introduction to see what you like and what you might want to purchase in a full size.
That's actually a great suggestion at a very reasonable price and a very nice gift for the holiday.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. You know what? One of the things that I'd like you to share with our listeners is what part of your research were you able to say this particular essential oil was good for this? I mean, it must have taken you a long time on your own skin to really determine what was the most effective for different, you have face, body, décolleté, you have different areas. So how did the process go? And after you spent a year and a half researching it, how long did you actually research it on your own self?
Well, probably about another year and a half. I was very fortunate in that I was able to study with the physician that helped my son, and that was invaluable to me. And in fact, he and his wife, who is a phenomenal clinical aromatherapist, helped me on the Breast SOS product. I did the research on what components I wanted in there, but I didn't have very much expertise at that point on how to put it together so that it would actually smell good. Because remember, we're dealing with medical-grade oils. A lot of them have antibacterial, antiviral, and antifungal properties, too. And so that doesn't always smell so great. So I was very, very fortunate to have their help in putting together a base for the ingredients that I wanted to use. And together we came up with Breast SOS. And there's a lot of material out there, if you know where to look, about what type of oils are good for what. And then it's a matter of getting educated about how to combine them and how to use them effectively.
And you say that all the products or ingredients are organic. And so is there a shelf life? Do they have to be, put in the refrigerator, or are they allowed to sit under our cabinet for a while?
Well, there are two parts to that answer. One is that almost everything is organic. We use organic wherever possible. And I say that because, you're dealing with crops that grow in the ground. For the last few years, there's been a worldwide jojoba oil shortage. And if you're formulating, you probably know this. It's very difficult to get a good quality jojoba oil. And my understanding is that we've had similar issues this year with the lavender crop. And so if we have something where the crop fails and we have to use something that's wild-crafted, and sometimes wild-crafted is almost as good as organic, if it's a critical ingredient, we'll use it. And so that's why I like to say organic wherever possible. So if we can get it organic, we do. And we are a full disclosure company, so our labels will reflect that. Every item, every ingredient that is organic, it will say so on the label. And I'm sorry, what was part two of that?
Oh, and just in general, we talked about the organic part. I'm forgetting. See?
Shelf life.
We lose our minds. Do you help with the mind?
the more children you have, it goes, I'm telling you.
Once again, Debbie Glickman is ordering a product. I I am ordering the sampler. I am right now as I like talking to you on the phone. So
awesome, Debbie. I remember you had asked me about the shelf life on this.
Yeah,
it just came back to me.
Right.
So it's actually these are volatile oils. So the two most important things is not to leave it in the sun and not to expose it to heat, because that will destroy some of the therapeutic qualities. But it will do very well, in your cabinet, in your bathroom. So you don't have to worry about that. If you wanted to, you could put it in the refrigerator, and that will extend the shelf life a little bit longer. But, our shelf life is a good 6 to 8 months, which is unusual for an all-natural product. But that's because of the properties of these oils.
And I know, Sharon, that when we gave your company the Next Big Zing Award, one of the things that felt, look, there are millions and millions of skincare companies out there. One of the greatest things about what you're doing is you're showing true, effective tools and you have proof that it works. How big do you want this company to go? And are you out there searching for, partners to take it to mainstream?
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to see this get to a point where we help as many women as possible. And I say that because we do a lot of work in the breast cancer survivor community. Most women, after they've had any kind of breast surgery, are told to just, find, a commercial brand. I'm not going to mention any brands, but a commercial brand of lotion to help moisturize their skin. And if any of you have been through this or you know someone who has, you know that the effects of chemo and radiation therapies really wreak havoc on the skin, and it becomes very hard to rehydrate that skin afterwards. So the other thing that people worry about after cancer is using something that would be pure and non-carcinogenic. And so we are, in fact, a member of the Colorado Cancer Coalition and the Colorado Breast Cancer Task Force. And what we like to do is find out what those needs are in that community and see the best way to help. So, we would like to see ourselves grow big enough to help everybody who needs help. Having said that, we do have some limitations because right now everything is handmade. And everything is made to order. So, for example, we sell on Amazon as well, but we do our own fulfillment because we don't want to take the chance that something might sit on a shelf and become less potent. And so we don't have traditional inventory because we don't keep anything for longer than about 2 weeks. And so everything is made to order, and that's one of the other reasons that we get the phenomenal results that we do.
I also have a question. First of all, I think it's wonderful that you are such an advocate for breast health and for breast cancer survivors or people that are going through treatment. Just coming off of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, as we are. I just had my mammogram on Saturday.
There you go. I'm having a couple weeks.
There you go. So my other question is, what about with skin conditions like psoriasis? Do any of these products help with symptoms of psoriasis?
Well, we are a skincare company, and if we made claims about different skin preparations, we would be considered an over-the-counter drug, which we are not. So what I would encourage you to do is take a look at some of our testimonials and see what resonates with you. So I can't really answer that question. Okay. I can tell you that the oils are incredibly healing. 3 of the products are sort of a cream-based, 4 of them are serum-based, and they're all, they help a variety of skincare needs.
Well, I think that's really, that's encouraging. Number one, that, I love the fact that you're very honest about the fact that, you can't really tell. Every case is very different.
Right.
And that, you should always check with your doctor if you have a condition like psoriasis before using any kind of product on it. But it's something that you might want to explore if you do have that condition. That's something like this product with a medicinal, grade oil, that it might be, if the current treatments that you're using are not working, perhaps you might try it or take it to your doctor and have them look at the ingredients to see. At least it won't hurt you to try it.
Right. And on a much more, basic level, I mean, who doesn't have sun damage and who isn't worried about staying as youthful looking as long as possible without doing any kind of chemical intervention? And that's predominantly what this was created for. It's an anti-aging routine that's really, really simple, because I'm not one for multiple steps, and I don't like spending a lot of time on it. And the other amazing thing about this is that, unlike most of the stuff that you find commercially available, the longer you use this, the better your skin looks. So it's better with long-term use, unlike a lot of things I found for myself when I was looking after moving to Colorado from Northern California, and I felt like I had died and gone to skin hell. Colorado is beautiful, and it's always a good hair day, but the skin, not so much. And I needed something that would sustain me and not just, work for 2 or 3 days and then you think, oh, gee, my skin's gotten used to it.
Well, what? Look at Sharon's picture on our website.
By the way, she's gorgeous.
And we actually are going to have to, cut our segment. Our show is over. And you know what, Sharon, thank you so much for being on our show. I am so looking forward to getting my little sampler that I just ordered while we were on the air, because I do that all the time when I love a product. So I will let you know how it works for me and which one I like.
Thank you.
All right, terrific. Well, thank you so much,
Sharon, and I'll be in touch.
Thank you for having me.